Hey everyone, it's Jen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have some project shares from Adorn It. I got in a huge amount of stamps from my ambassador package and also for my recipe stamp club. So I wanted to show you what the stamps are that I got and what I made so far. If you follow me on Instagram, I already showed you the gingerbread stamps, but if not, I will show you today. And if you want to order the gingerbread stamps, they are on pre-order they're coming the middle of December, I believe. The first shipment they had sold out really quickly, but they reordered. So if you want to reorder, you can go on the Adorn It website and go ahead and pre-order them. So I'll let you know what their names are, and I'll link down below the address for Adorn It in case you want to go ahead and pre-order these. But if you belong to the Recipe Stamp Club, this is a November release. And this is so cute. It's a hot chocolate recipe with a snowman. And it comes with a couple little add-ons too. These snowflakes with little hearts in them. These are like little steam symbols with little dots. Comes with the mittens and some snowflakes too. But that snowman is so cute, and it gives a really nice looking recipe for hot chocolate. So I did use this in a project, and I'll show you that when we get to it in a little bit. But I wanted to show you that that was the November recipe stamp. And then this is the add-on. In case you signed up for the add-on, you get the snowman mug, the steam coming from the top with the hearts, and then it comes with all these additional stamps, including this snowman, which is so cute. And he's got a bucket of snowflakes and a sign that's empty, so you can add one of these sentiments or one of your own. This one says snowflakes for sale. This one says let it snow. And then here you have a snowman with a hat that says let it snow, and then another snowman with a scarf and a pom-pom on the top. So super cute. Oh, these are adorable. I love wintry kind of stamps. They're my favorite. So that's what's in the Recipe Stamp Club. Now the rest of them are the gingerbread stamp release. And if you were lucky enough to order them in the first set, good, you know, you'll probably already have them. But if you are pre-ordering them, this is what you will be getting. This one is called the gingerbread loaf, and this was a stamp that Dianna had in her Etsy shop as a digital stamp, but now it's available as a photopolymer stamp. So you get the gingerbread loaf with the 3 gingerbreads on top. I love this stamp. I had purchased this as a digital stamp, but I'm so happy to have it as a physical stamp too. And then you get a separate little gingerbread person and then a tag gingerbread person. So super cute. And then the next one, this one is called Gingerbread Faces. It says right down there at the bottom. So it comes with 2 big gingerbread faces. Let me get to this one first since this is right side up. This is a huge stamp that says gingerbread men, all fresh and yummy, a treat for the eyes, a feast for the tummy. Let me get out my ruler to measure this stamp for you because it is really nice and big. It's almost 5.5 inches long. And then side to side, it's 3 3/4. So a really nice big stamp, and it's got the nice like gingham trim on the edges, stitched around the center. Super cute stamp. And then, let me turn this over. These are the faces. So there's a boy and a girl, really big sizes too. These are 3 inches about by 2 3/4. So very, very cute. I haven't gotten to these yet, but I will. So there's that one. And then the next set is called, this one is called Gingerbread Baking. And this is definitely one of my favorites. I love gingerbread. I love baking. So all of this is just so cute. I mean, look at this one here. It's got an apron with a gingerbread person sticking out the pocket with all the different cooking utensils. It's shaded nicely so you can color it easily and shade it. It's just such a pretty stamp. And then here's one that has cookies and a ginger spice jar and a rolling pin. This one has measuring spoons. There's a rolling pin. Here's the gingerbread frame, which is really cool. And then it has this like it's like kind of a quilt block with hearts and a shaded area. And this goes perfectly with the paper that goes with the gingerbread stamps that is available on Adorn It. And then it comes with separate stamps of a gingerbread cookie with a ribbon going through the top of its head, and then a cookie sheet with 6 gingerbread cookies on it, and then a little gingerbread house cookie too. So that is such a cute set. And then the next one, this one is called Gingerbread Bowls. So you have a flour sifter filled with gingerbread cookies. Here's a bowl filled with gingerbread people. Here's a stack of bowls with the gingerbread person in the top that say love, joy, and hope. There's 2 gingerbread guys and peppermint candies in one stamp. And then this one is a basket filled with gingerbread and napkins and little berries, and it's just so cute. Oh, these are all adorable. I know you guys love these too. I'm just so excited about them. And this set is called Baking Spirits Bright. So I did use this in a project. This is a wreath that has like a gingerbread boy and girl. It's got a rolling pin, a polka dot bow, a gingerbread house. It's so cute. And then there's a big gingerbread guy who has like stitching down the front. There's the stitching line also here, so you can add that to, you know, your tag or card, whatever you're making. This one is so cute. It says Grandma's Gingerbread with a rolling pin, a bowl of gingies, and then one sitting on the side over here. There's a stack of primitive hearts and a gingerbread house, and it's just so cute. Look at all the details. Oh, love these. So you could get these individually or pre-order the bundle too, I believe. I'm pretty sure you can. This one is called Gingerbread Spice, and this is one of my favorites because it has this one, the little gingerbread or ginger spice jar with the little person sticking out the top, and then all the little like hearts leaping out of it. It's so cute. And then it comes with the rest too. Comes with this mug of hot cocoa or whatever you want it to be that's all decorated. It comes with this, the rolling pin with the gingerbread guy and the ginger jar, just like the other one. It comes with a gingerbread cupcake and then a teapot with the steam and hearts coming out the side, and also the separate hearts and steam, and then these little tiny hearts too. So a great stamp set to have. And then there's this one as well. This one is called Gingerbread Friends. This is so cute. Look at these 2 gingerbread people here. They're so nice and such a good size too. I'm not measuring all of them, but you know, just to give you an idea, these ones are 3 inches tall by over 2 inches across. And then these 2 are like the boy and the girl sitting next to each other, and then 2 in different positions. This one's reading a little cookbook to the little baby. It's so cute. And then a sentiment that says Gingerbread Men as well. So those are all the different stamps that are available on Adorn It. I hope if you are able to, you can grab these on their site because they're so cute, and you know, a lot of us didn't have them in woodblock stamps, so it's nice to be able to get them in the photopolymer too. So I made a few projects, and I did make the November page for my recipe book. So let's go on with the projects. The first one, I used this stamp right here that I just showed you, and I made it into a tag, and this is what it looks like. I think he came out adorable. I stamped him on Lawn Fawn paper bag cardstock, with which I had seen Marilyn G haul. Thank you, Marilyn G. This is a great paper. It's really nice and thick, and you can stamp right onto it, so it's this perfect gingerbread color. I did shade the edges with Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. And for the white part, I used something I just picked up at Michael's. It's called a Snow Rider by Deco Art, dimensional paint. And it does look like snow. It's really nice and thick. It's not sparkly at all. I was hoping it would be a little bit sparkly, but it's kind of a matte finish. But it was very easy to write with this fine tip, so that was nice. And then for the background, I used an embossing folder that I have from I have from Mintopia that I'd gotten a while ago, and I got it from Frank Garcia's studio. I'm not sure if it's available anymore or not. Probably not, but it's a snowflake embossing folder. So I used some solid core cardstock for the paper, and that way you don't see any white if it cracks a little bit in the embossing folder. And the tag die set that I used is from KSCraft, and it is this one. I'll link this down below in case you're interested. It's the Scalloped Edges tag die, which I had recently hauled, and it's a great tag die set. And then I colored it a little bit with some alcohol markers. I used a stamp from Gingerbread Hugs, which is from this stamp set from Creative Expressions by Sam Poole. And there's the stamp, Gingerbread Hugs. And I just kind of made my own like little tag there. I tied it with some pearl cotton. And the background is some dark red AC cardstock that matches the tan one there. And then I tied it with some twine that I had gotten from Home Goods. So I think that's such a cute little tag. So that's my first project. And let's see, the second one I used, my favorite little ginger spice stamp. And I made this tag. Isn't that so cute? I cut this out of some patterned cardstock that I had got from Maha Design. If you could see there, there's some like little stars in there. So I cut it out of that, and then I cut it out of, or I stamped it on the pattern cardstock, and then I stamped it on some white 80-pound cardstock as well, and just paper piece them together. And I used some alcohol markers to color this part. I also used some Lawn Fawn clear glaze, dimensional glaze for the icing part and the heart there, and for these hearts as well. There's another stamp that I used from the stamp set. And I paper piece the tag using some Maha Designs papers. And the tag that I used this time is from Scrap Diva Designs. Let me find that one. This is the tag die set that I used from Scrap Diva Designs, and I will link this down below if it's still available. And I think it came out really, really cute, perfect to tie onto a gift or a, something, a tin of baked goods or something like that. So I love how that one came out. And then the next project I have, I used another one of those gingerbread stamps, and this time I used the girl. Last time I used the boy. So I used the girl from the Gingerbread Friends stamp set, and I made this tag, and I used a Christmas tree tag die that I had gotten from Michael's a few years ago, and I stamped this directly onto the paper bag paper from Lawn Fawn. And I just colored it with some alcohol markers, and I used some rub-ons from Tim Holtz for the stars and for the Making Spirits Bright. So I think this came out really cute, looks nice and rustic, very simple, but still very pretty. I used a star eyelet from We Are Memory Keepers for the top, and I used Vintage Photo Distress Oxide for the edges, and I also used my Nuvo Aqua Shimmer pen. This one is in Glitter Gloss. I think that's the name of the color, to add some sparkle to the edges of it. And I just love how this came out. I think it's such a pretty tag. My next project, I used the Baking Spirits Bright stamp, and this is from the Baking Spirits Bright stamp set. And I just love this one because of all the different elements. It's got gingerbread people and a house and sentiments, and it's just so cute. So I wanted to stamp that out and make it into a card. So this is the card that I made, and I fussy cut it, as you can see, and colored it with alcohol markers. And I did use, again, Vintage Photo Distress Oxide to, age it a little bit on the edges. And I used Lawn Fawn clear glaze on the just on a few accents to give it some dimension and sparkle. For the background page, I used some AC cardstock, solid core paper, and I used an embossing folder that I had gotten from Cricut a long time ago. Well, I got it recently, but it's an old product from Cuttlebug. And it came in a 4-pack of kitchen embossing folders, and this one has like all different baking themes to it. If I could still find it, I'll link it down below. But that's what I use for the background. And I just think coloring all the different elements really brings it to life, and it's so cute. I use some like burgundy cardstock for the background. It's just like a 4.5-inch square card. The inside I used some paper that looks like snow, and I stamped one of Diana's little gingerbread guys here. Actually, this was one of the stamps. It was this one that comes 4 stamps together, and I just masked off these 3 and just stamped this guy. So because he was nice and small and perfect for the inside of a card. So that's that card. Isn't that cute? So those are the projects I've done so far with the gingerbread stamps. Let me show you what I made with the November recipe stamp. And that was, if you remember, well, this was the add-on, which had the snowman mug and all the different snowmen. And then this was the main stamp, which is the hot chocolate recipe. So I kind of combined them to make a page for my recipe book. And this is what I came up with. Isn't that cute? My inspiration for the color palette was one marker that I have, which is pistachio. And this was in a set from Spectrum Noir. I just really love this color, and I wanted to make this the focal point of my recipe page. So this is a color that I use for the scarf, for the mittens, and for this part of the mug. I use different papers in my stash for the wall and then for the table kind of thing. I used pinks and reds for the rest of the colors. I used a red foil paper for the background for this wall hanging. This is a piece of paper from Snow and Cocoa. So I just thought it fit perfectly with the sentiment here, and then I added some diamond dots to kind of bring the colors together. I added a rolling pin, and that was from a stamp or a die set that I picked up from Tuesday Morning this year, and it's this one, In the Kitchen Cutting Dies it's called. So I used the rolling pin one, and I used that oven mitt as well. And then the cookies I cut out of, that was from a Cottage Cuts die, I believe. Yeah. Hold on one second. That was from this die set from Cottage Cuts, and I'd gotten this on sale from Cottage Cuts a while ago, but it comes with, you know, on one die, it comes with all these different like little cookies that you cut out. So I cut those all out, and I cut them out of almond cream paper and some tan foam, and glued those together. And then the white part, I used this that I recently picked up from Michael's, Folk Art Dots paint, and this is Whisper White. So I just kind of like, you know, painted around with that, and then I used some glitter before it was dry, and it looks like cookies. I did distress the outside with a vintage photo as well. And I cut an oval to make kind of like a plate for the base of the mug, and then just colored. Sorry about that, my phone cut out again. So I think I was telling you that I cut the oval out for a plate and just kind of like shaded the bottom to make it look like a plate. And yeah, I think this looks really cute. I love the colors. The top I used just a die that I had gotten from Impression Obsession. This was one of Anna White's dies. This one is called Trims, and I love this die set. I used the big rickrack piece that has the stitching running through it, and I cut that out of some pattern paper and just put that on the top to make it look like a wallpaper border or something. So super cute, right? So let's go ahead and add this to my recipe book. If you guys follow me, you know that this is my recipe book for Dianna Marcum Recipe Stamp Club. So far we have this for April, that's May, June, July, August, September, October, and here's November. So we'll add this in, and this is about a 6 by 8 inch page, and this is for a Simple Stories snap flip book. Okay, this one is a little bit more dimensional than the others, so I have to be careful sliding it in, but it does work. So there's my November edition. I want to use some brighter colors since the last 2 months were kind of darker. So yeah, that's why I went ahead and used the pistachio color and the pinks and the reds, and I think it came out super cute. So those are the projects I wanted to share with you today, and these stamps. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. I will link as much as I can down below, and I'll be back soon with more crafty videos. Talk to you guys later. Bye.